So Buddha has given first preaching at 𝗳𝗏 Park. At 𝗳𝗏 Park, this 𝗳𝗏 Park is in Saranath. It is in Saranath. So here he has given the seminar or preaching to his 5 classmates. So 5 classmates. The first preaching of Buddha is called 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻. So it is called 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻. So it is called 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻. This is, what is the meaning of 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻? It is the first preaching or first seminar. So who are the 5 disciples? So that people, first one Mahanama, second one Kondana, third one Badiya, fourth one Assaji, and fifth one Vappa. So these are the 5 disciples. He has given first preaching to them. Actually, these 5 members, once they were classmates of Gautama Buddha. Okay, so after giving 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻, after completion of this preaching, so this is called 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻. So he wanted to move towards 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. He wanted to move towards 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. But you see, we want to discuss about what he was enlightened. What was the truth? What was the truth enlightened by Gautama Buddha? So what he understood? You see, Gautama Buddha finally find that, so because this world, every human being is having sorrow. That's why, so that principles, what he find the truth, that is called, so 5 noble principles. So sorry, it is called 4 noble principles. So what he find, what he was enlightened. So there he found that 4 noble principles. So this is called 4 Arya Sutras also. That's why, what are the 4 noble principles? We have to take list, that 4 principles. So these 4 noble principles are most important principles, because so he found after the enlightenment. Actually, Buddha, he went to forest. What was the reason to go to forest? To find truth. So what are the reasons to having this kind of problems? We have to take the list. So what are the 4 noble principles? This is called Arya Sutras, as well as called noble principles. 4 noble principles. So what are these 4 noble principles? So after the enlightenment, Buddha found these 4 noble principles. These are called Arya Sutra also. So first one, so this total human life has full of sorrows. So human life has full of sorrows. What is the reason? So it has the reason. So there is the reason. That reason is desire. That reason was desire. So there is a solution to clear the desires. There is a solution. That solution is called 8 paths or Ashtanga Marga. So these are the noble principles. Once again I am telling. So every human life is full of sorrow. So there is a reason. That reason is desire. That reason is desire. So behind of sorrow there was a reason. That reason, desires. So there is the way to solve the problem. That way is 8 paths. These paths are called Ashtanga Marga. Ashtanga Marga. This is called 8 paths. So these are the 4 noble principles. So what are the Ashtanga Marga? Whenever if we follow Ashtanga Marga, we will avoid our desire, we will avoid our sorrow. Whenever we are avoiding sorrow, we will be happy. That's why. So according to Buddha, we should follow 8 paths or Ashtanga Marga. What are the Ashtanga Marga? So here, so one by one we have to take the list. Ashtanga Marga. So first one, right speech. This is called Samyak Vak. right speech also called samyak vak. So that is right speech. We should have correct speaking and our speech should be perfect. That is right speech. And second, right knowledge. So many people will have the half of the knowledge. This is not correct. We should have right knowledge. So having right knowledge, so we will have the clarity. That's why the right knowledge. And third, right life or livelihood or life. So samyak jivan, that is called right life or right livelihood. That's why we should spend correct life, because in this society so many people are not having perfect life. So we should spend a correct life. That is called right life or livelihood. And fourth, right action. So samyak kriya, right action. So our work should be perfect. Whenever our work is perfect, then we will have no problem. That's why, so we should have right action, right kriya. And next, right vision. Right vision. This is the right drishti. So right vision means we have to understand everybody perfectly. This is the main thing. That's why right vision. And next, right we can say thinking, right thinking. Samyak alochana, right thinking, samyak alochana. Our thinking should be perfect, should be right. So that is right thinking. And right decision. So right decision. Samyak nischay. So we should have perfect decision. And last one, we should have the samyak dhyan, that is right meditation. So we should have meditation is only the way to having all these factors. That's why the eighth one, right meditation, right dhyan. So it is called right dhyan or meditation. So it is called right meditation or dhyan. These are called, so 8 paths or Ashtanga Marga. So this is called Ashtanga Marga. So 8 paths. So whenever we are following these 8 paths, these 8 steps, so then we don't have any kind of sorrow. Yes. So here we have 8 paths or Ashtanga Marga. First one, right speech. Also we can say samyak vak. In Buddhist language, we will have samyak, samyak, samyak. But we are telling in English now, that's why it is called right. So samyak vak, right speech. And samyak jnana, right knowledge. And samyak jivan, right life or right living. And samyak kriya, right action. Samyak drishti, right vision. Samyak alochana, right thinking. Samyak nischay, right decision. Samyak dhyan, right meditation. So these are the 8 paths. These are paths found by Gautama Buddha. Because you see, according to these 4 noble principles, every human life is sorrow. It has the sorrow. And what is the reason to sorrow? There is a reason. The reason is desire. So whenever you are not having the desires, then your life will be perfect, will be happy. So for that reason, you have to follow 8 paths. That is called Ashtanga Marga. So this is the information given by Buddha's enlightenment. Okay. And next, we have to go for, whenever Buddha started from Saranath, so he established Sangha, Bauddha Sangha. This is called Bauddha Sangha. So Buddha established Bauddha Sangha. Because of, you see, there are so many followers. So many followers are following Gautama Buddha. That's why he started the Sangha. So this is Bauddha Sangha is the first religious Sangha in the world. Before Bauddha Sangha, this Bauddha Sangha, there were no any kind of religious groups. That's why, so this is Bauddha Sangha in the world, the first religious Sangha or group in the world. So whenever he started Bauddha Sangha, there are so many disciples, they are joining in this Bauddha Sangha. But Buddha has given some rules and conditions. Whenever the people are seeking to take admission in the Sangha, there are some rules and conditions. Gautama Buddha proposed some rules and conditions. Especially woman is not eligible. Woman, so she is not eligible to take admission in Sangha. And second, the slaves, they should not have the right or should not have the freedom to take the admission in the Sangha. And dacoits or thieves, they won't have the chance to get the admission. And next, patients, deceased persons, they will also have no freedom, no right to take admissions. So like this, Buddha has proposed some rules and conditions who seeks to take admission in Bauddha Sangha. And here so many people are joined, but the closest disciple of Buddha, that is Anandudu. So and Upali is barber. Upali is the barber. So there are so many people, they have taken the admission in that Bauddha Sangha, and he reached to 𝗂𝗽𝗪vastu. Buddha reached to 𝗂𝗪vastu. After reaching 𝗂𝗪vastu, his father, his son also joined in this Sangha. But his mother, stepmother, Prajapati Gautami, she requested Buddha. Prajapati Gautami requested Buddha. She wants to take admission in Sangha, but Buddha rejected her admission. So then Anandapala, his closest shishya, that means disciple, he requested Buddha, sir, we take admission of mother. He insisted Buddha, but Buddha said, Ananda, if we take the ladies as a member, this Buddha Sangha will be closed, will be declined before 500 years. This is Buddha said. Whenever ladies are taking admission in our Sangha, it will be closed, it will be ended before 500 years. But anyhow, on the request of Ananda, Buddha has given the membership to Prajapati Gautami. So continuously his wife also joined in Sangha. And the prostituter, one prostituter also taken the membership in Bauddha Sangha. Her name was Amrapali. Amrapali, she was prostituter. She has taken the membership in Bauddha Sangha. Actually, who was Amrapali? She was a royal dancer in the court of Ajatashatru. She was Magadha, who are the Magadha ruler, who was the Magadha ruler, Ajatashatru. She was the dancer in Ajatashatru's royal court. So she was loved by Ajatashatru. He wants to marry her, but she rejected. And she came to Buddha and taking admission in Bauddha Sangha. But you see, one prostitute also joined in Sangha, and one dacoit, one thief, dacoit, that is Angulimali. That is Angulimali. This is dacoit. So he has taken membership in Bauddha Sangha. So here, in Bauddha religion, there are two kinds of people. According to Buddha, so there are two kinds of people in Bauddha religion. One is called bhikshu, Bauddha bhikshu. We should not say beggars. It is called bhikshu. In English, whatever the language, we have to say Bauddha bhikshu. And one more, second, upasika. So upasikas, Bauddha bhikshu and upasikas. Bauddha bhikshu means he is a full-time worker, full-time person in this religion. So he should be dedicated to the religion. He should not have any other private families, other private avocations. He should be a member of full-time member of Buddhism. So that Bauddha bhikshu, how he should be? He should have some principles. For example, you see, one Bauddha bhikshu is there. He should have 2 pale yellow dresses. Bauddha bhikshu should have 2 pale yellow dresses. And he should have a bowl. He should have a bowl. And he should have 1 needle and 1 thread. So these are the material the Bauddha bhikshu should have. First one, 2 pale yellow dresses, light yellow, and 2 bowl, begging bowl, and a needle and thread. Whenever the clothes are tearing, he has to stitch himself only. That's why. And Bauddha bhikshu should not prepare the food. So he should go to homes, he should bake the food, should not prepare the food. Why? Because if he wants to prepare the food, he should have desires. Today I have eaten dal, tomorrow I want some vegetable. So one by one he is getting the desires. That's why the bhikshu should not have any kind of desires. That's why to avoid the desires, he should bake the food, so from each houses. So this is, should bake the food. And only one time meal. The Bauddha bhikshu should have one time meal. Okay, why? Because if he eat 2 times meal, so he will have to take rest. Every Bauddha bhikshu should have. So Buddha proposed 3 Sharanyas. Buddha proposed 3 Sharanyas. So he proposed 3 Sharanyas. Every Bauddha bhikshu should follow the 3 Sharanyas. That is 1, Dharmam. That is Dharmam. And 2, Sangam. And 3, Buddham. Every Bauddha bhikshu should maintain, should pronounce these 3 slogans, that is called Trisharanya. For example, a Bauddha bhikshu went to a home for begging. I should not ask, Amma, Mada Kolantalle, in Tanamunte Amma, should not ask like this. So he has to say these 3 words. So, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. For example, he is 2-3 times he pronounced these words, but she is not coming out, not giving food. But simply we have to go to some next house. But what Amma, what you are doing, what is happening, should not ask like this. So just we have to follow, Bauddha bhikshu has to follow these 3 slogans, 3 sentences, that is called Trisharanya. And next, only in the rainy season, the Bauddha bhikshu has to take rest in rainy season only. But remaining in other seasons, he has to wander, he has to propagate the preachers of Bauddha religion. That's why, so this is called Bauddha bhikshu. This is full time dedicated to Bauddha religion. And second, Upasikas. Second, Upasika. So, second one, Upasikas. Upasikas means they will have the family. They will take membership. They will have Buddhist religion. They will follow the Buddhist principles. But they will have the family. That's why these are the 2 kinds of people. That is Bauddha bhikshu and Bauddha Upasika. So, whenever the Bauddha bhikshu is wandering, so here Buddha relaxed the principles. For example, in Jainism, there is no non-veg, no eating of non-veg. But here, Buddha relaxed the rules. So Bauddha bhikshu will take non-veg. So that's why. So here, after 𝗂𝗽𝗏 he wandered all the areas and he spreaded the Buddhism. And he wants to go to Pavapuri. Buddha, along with his disciples, he want to go to Pavapuri. He want to go to Kushinagara. So Pavapuri, it is a death place of Mahavira, but here Kushinagara. So he wants to go to Kushinagara. So while going to Kushinagara on the way, so he was taking rest in a village. There one blacksmith is called Chundadu. So he was a blacksmith. He invited Buddha for the dinner. So then Buddha has taken non-veg there. But actually Buddha was 80 years old. So he has taken non-veg. So after taking non-veg, because of indigestion of food, he has loose motions and vomitings. But in some books they are saying that food poison. Because of food poison, Buddha has died. In some books they are saying, but actually that is not a food poison, but indigestion. Because he has taken non-veg, in that dinner he has taken non-veg. Because of in the 80 years, his digesting system will be very weak. That's why. So because of that indigestion problem, he has that loose motions and vomitings. Although she was going to that Kushinagaram. After reaching Kushinagaram, he was died there. In Kushinagaram, Gautama Buddha, he was died at the age of 80 years. It is called Mahaparinirvanam. The death of Buddha is called Mahaparinirvanam. So it is called Mahaparinirvanam. So this is death of Buddha. According to Buddhist language, the death is indicating by Mahaparinirvanam. There are various symbols in Buddha's life indicating the main incidents in the Buddha's life. So, for example, you see birth of Buddha. Birth of Buddha, the symbol that is lotus. Lotus. If lotus is there, it is indicating birth of Buddha. That's why in Buddha's life, every instant is indicating by a symbol. So that is birth, it is lotus. And exit, great exit, this is horse. So this is horse. Horse indicating the Buddha's great exit. And tree, it is indicating, so that is enlightenment of Buddha. Tree, it is a symbol of enlightenment of Buddha. And next, wheel. So this is the wheel. So indicating Dharma Chakra Parivartanam, first preaching, first seminar. So wheel, it is indicating Dharma Chakra Parivartanam. And next, so stupa. Stupa means it is indicating the death of Buddha. That's why there are various symbols indicating Buddha's life incidents. That lotus, birth, horse, great exit, tree, enlightenment, wheel, Dharma Chakra Parivartanamu, and stupa, it is indicating Mahaparinirvanam. So these are the most important symbols in Buddha's life. And you see, after death of Buddha, there are summits. They are called Buddhist councils. There are 4 Buddhist councils conducted in various periods. So first Buddhist council, it is in 483 BC. This is the first Buddhist council immediately after death of Buddha. Because you see, so 483, it is a death year of Gautama Buddha. So 483 BC, the first Buddhist council is conducted in Rajagruha. That means Rajagruha and Girivaraja, capitals of Magadha. So it is conducted in Rajagruha. And the chairman of this Buddhist council, first Buddhist council, Mahakashyapa. And the king, in whose king period it is conducted, who was the ruler? So that is Ajatashatru. It is conducted in the period of Ajatashatru. That's why Ajatashatru was first king has taken Buddhism in Indian history. Ajatashatru has taken the first taken Buddhism, is the first king in Indian history. So what was happened? What was the information or what was the decisions in this first Buddhist council? So Buddhist holy books, we have Buddhist holy books, they are called Tripitikas. Buddhist holy books are called Tripitikas. So there will be 3 Pitikas, that is called Tripitikas. These are Buddhist holy books. First 2 books are composed in this council. First 2 books, that is Sutta Pitika and Vinaya Pitika. Sutta Pitika is composed by Anandudu. Sutta Pitika is composed by Anandudu. He is the closest follower of Buddha. So Anandudu composed Sutta Pitika. And Upali, Barbar, one of the follower of Buddha. So Barbar, that is Upali. Upali composed Vinaya Pitika. So this is the first Buddhist council, 483 BC, Rajagruha, Mahakashyapa, Ajatashatru, and Sutta Pitika, Vinaya Pitika. And second Buddhist council, it is in 383 BC, exactly 100 years later, after 100 years. So it is conducted in Vaishali. And chairman was Sabakami. So king was Kalashoka. Here, what was the information? The Buddhism has the first split, that is Mahasangikulu and Theravadalu. Mahasangikulu means who want the change, that is called Mahasangikulu. And Theravadalu, who follows the traditional system, that is Theravadalu. So this is the first split. So in 383 BC, The second Buddhist council is conducted at Vaishali, and chairman was Sabakami, and period, who was the king, that is Kala Ashoka, Shishunaga dynasty. Kala Ashoka belongs to Shishunaga dynasty. He was a great king among Shishunaga rulers. So, in his period, the Buddhist second council is conducted. There is important point is there, that is a split of Buddhism, that is Maha Sangikulu and Theravadalu. So, this is the second Buddhist council. So, third Buddhist council, it is conducted in 250 BC, and the area, place was Patliputra, headed by, chairman was 𝗬𝗟𝗎𝗓 in the period of Ashoka. Once again, so 250 BC, it is conducted third council, Buddhist council, and the place is Patliputra. So, chairman was 𝗬𝗟𝗎𝗓, chairman was Ashoka. So, here the main thing, 𝗵𝗍𝗻𝗻 is composed. As per earlier explanation, Buddhism holy books are called Tripitikas. Once again I am telling, Buddhism holy books are called Tripitikas. Jainism holy books are called Angas, Upangas. Buddhism holy books are called Tripitikas. Sutta Pitika, Vinaya Pitika, Abhidhamma Pitika. So, Sutta Pitika is composed by Anandudu. Vinaya Pitika is composed by Upali. Here, Thadu Pitika is composed by 𝗬𝗟𝗎𝗓. He composed Abhidhamma Pitika. So, these are three Pitikas, that means Tripitikas. So, Sutta Pitika explains about Bauddha Bhikshu rules and conditions. Sutta Pitika is explaining about the conditions about Bauddha Bhikshu. And Vinaya Pitika explains the Bauddha Sangha rules and conditions. Bauddha Sangha rules and conditions. Abhidhamma Pitika is explaining about Buddha preaches. So, that is why this is called Tripitikas, Sutta Pitika, Vinaya Pitika, Abhidhamma Pitika. And fourth meeting, fourth Buddhist council is conducted in 1st century, that means 100 AD. 1st century of AD, this is 100 AD. It is conducted in Kundalavanam, it is Kashmir area, and chairman was Vasumitra. Chairman was Vasumitra. Here vice chairman also there, Ashwaghoshud. Here Ashwaghoshud also vice chairman. He wrote Buddha Charitam. So, Vasumitra is the chairman and king was Kanishka. So, here again second split is happened. In Buddhism, second split is happened, that is Mahayanulu, Hinayanulu. So, Mahayanulu means who followed Buddha as the God. Mahayanulu means who follow Buddha as God, who believe Buddha as God. And Hinayanas means who believe Buddha as a prophet. They believe the preachers of Buddha only. This is the difference. Mahayanal means they believe Buddha as a God. So, Hinayanas, they believe Buddha is a prophet. They follow the preachers of Buddha only. So, Mahayana Buddhism is proposed. Mahayana Buddhism is proposed by Acharya Nagarjuna. So, Acharya Nagarjuna went to this fourth summit, fourth Buddhist council. So, he proposed Mahayana Buddhism. So, Mahayanulu, they believe, they follow the Sanskrit. They follow the Sanskrit. And Hinayanulu, they follow the Prakruta. So, here we can see Buddha preaches, total Buddha preaches in Pali language. That is Prakruta, Pali language. So, Mahavira preaches, it is also in Prakruta language, but it is Ardhamagadi language. We should remember, Mahavira used Ardhamagadi language, Buddha used Pali language. Because they have not used the Samskrita preaches, Samskrita language. Because of Samskrita domination, they started these religions. That's why they have given the importance to Prakruta. That's why here Mahayanas, they follow Sanskrit. Hinayanas, they follow Prakruta. So, this is 4 Buddhist councils. So, we may have question from this area, this sector. That's why we should by heart all the dates, areas, who was the chairman, who was the king, and what is the important part in that meetings. So, this is fourth Buddhist council. After fourth Buddhist council, there are no other Buddhist councils. So this is, we can say, Buddhist councils. Holy places regarding Buddhism. There are 4 holy places regarding Buddhism. First one, Chaityas. So first one, Chaityas. So second one, Stupas. And third one, Viharas. And fourth one, Aramas. So these are the holy place of Buddhist people or Buddhism. So Chaityas. So Chaityas means here the prayer houses of Buddhism people. So this is called prayer houses. Chaityas means prayer houses. And Stupas. Stupas means this is the holy place of Buddhism people which is constructed on the limbs or organs of body of Buddha or other monks. So for example, stupa, how it looks. So stupa means it will be like this. This is called stupa. So this is a stupa of Buddhism, Buddhist people. This is called stupa. So general stupa means it will act like a pillar. According to Buddhism, so stupa, this is the stupa. It will be constructed. It is constructed on the organs. Organs means here Buddha body parts. Maybe it is a skull, a piece of skull, or hair, teeth, even the nail also, bones, whatever the body organs of Buddha or other monks, body organs of Buddha's followers, other monks. So that parts will be under the stupa. So on that parts, the stupa will be constructed. So this is called Buddhist stupa. So in India, we have the oldest stupa in India, that is Piprivaha. Piprivaha is the oldest stupa. Piprivaha, it is oldest stupa in the world also. Not only in India, it is in the world also. It is the oldest stupa, Piprivaha. It is in Nepal. Piprivaha, it is in Nepal. So, and in Andhra Pradesh, South India, Bhattiprolu. Bhattiprolu is the oldest stupa in South India. So, Piprivaha, throughout world is the oldest, and South India, Bhattiprolu. And biggest stupa in the world, that is Borobudur. Borobudur. This is the biggest stupa in the world. It is in Java, Indonesia, Java. So it is Java area, Borobudur. This is the biggest stupa in the world. In India, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 stupa is the biggest stupa. So we have 4 stupas. Piprivaha. Piprivaha is the oldest in the world. It is in Nepal. And Bhattiprolu. So it is in South India, that means in Bhattiprolu. So this is the oldest stupa in South India. And biggest stupa in the world, that is Borobudur, it is in Java. And in India, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 stupa, it is biggest stupa. So these are the stupas. And Vihara. Vihara means the residence of Buddha monks. Vihara is called the residence of Buddha monks. And Arama is the rest house of Buddha monks. So these are the holy places of Buddhism: Chaitya, Stupa, Vihara, Arama. So here we have forms of Buddha, that is called shape of Buddhas. So there will be different forms. For example, Buddha is in meditation style. So he is in meditation style. Maximum Buddha statues will be like a meditation style, dhyana. So yoga style, dhyanam style. It is called Avalokeshwara Buddha. Avalokeshwara Buddha. Avalokeshwara means Buddha is in meditation style. So normally maximum statues of Buddha will be like a meditation style. This is called Avalokeshwara Buddha. And dancing style. There will be dancing Buddha. Dancing style, dancing Buddha. That is called Amitabha Buddha. It is called Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha means the dancing style of Buddha. And 𝗬𝗃 Buddha. So it is called 𝗬𝗃. 𝗬𝗃 means Buddha having the weapon. Buddha will have the weapon, that is Vajrayudha. So Vajrayudha will Vajrayudha. So he will have weapon. So Buddha will catch the weapon and looking like a warrior, looking like a battle warrior. That's why that's called 𝗬𝗃 Buddha. And 𝗪𝗠ശ്രീ Buddha. This is called 𝗪𝗠ശ്ರೀ Buddha. 𝗪𝗠ശ്ರೀ Buddha. It means Buddha will have a book. He is looking like a Jnana Buddha. It is called a Jnana Buddha, knowledge Buddha. That is 𝗪𝗠ശ്ರೀ Buddha having book. Buddha will have the book. So Bodhisattva Buddha. Bodhisattva Buddha. Bodhisattva Buddha means the coming Buddha will be like Bodhisattva Buddha. That means there will be flowers, there will be designing. Buddha will be there. Around of Buddha there will be some designings. This is called Bodhisattva Buddha. It is coming shape of, coming form of Buddha. So these are the maximum forms of Buddha. Meditation Buddha, it is called Avalokeshvara. Dancing Buddha, it is called Amitabha Buddha. So if you have Vajrayudha weapon, it is called 𝗬𝗃 Buddha. And if he has a book, it is a Jnana Buddha. That means 𝗪𝗠ശ്ರೀ Buddha. And future Buddha, coming Buddha is looking like Bodhisattva Buddha. But what happened here, because of all these forms, the Brahmins, they kept Buddha's photo in the Dashavatara of Vishnu. Ninth, they have given ninth place to Buddha. Actually, after ending of Buddha, how Buddhism is declined, how Buddhism is collapsed. So that means Brahmins, they have given ninth place to Buddha. They have given ninth place to Buddha in the shape of, in the forms of Dashavatara. That's why if you see Dashavatara photos means here, so Vishnu forms, not Kamalasura forms. So Vishnu forms, that is Matsyavatara, Kurmavatara, Varahavatara, Narasimhavatara, Vamanavatara, Sriramavatara, Parashuramavatara, Sri Krishna Avatara, then Buddha, ninth Avatara. Next coming, that is Kalki Avatara. So these are 10 forms of Vishnu. So the Brahmins, they have given the ninth place to Buddha in the forms of Vishnu. So this is the forms of Buddha. So now, after completion of forms of Buddha, we have spread of Buddhism. So how Buddhism was spreaded throughout the world. So first of all, who are the kings have taken Buddhism in India first. So the first king Buddhism taken by Ajatashatru. Ajatashatru has taken Buddhism. He is the first king has taken the Buddhism. Already in the earlier class I told about Ajatashatru. He conducted first Buddhist council. So he was the first person who has taken Buddhism, and Kalashoka followed him. Kalashoka, second king in India, he has taken Buddhism, as well as he also conducted second Buddhist council. And third Ashoka. So regarding Ashoka, the Buddhism is spreaded throughout the world. Why? Because after taking Buddhism, Ashoka, he sent his daughter, he sent his son, he sent his relatives throughout the world. For example, his son Mahendra, he went to Sri Lanka to spread the Buddhism in Sri Lanka. And his daughter Sangamitra, she also went to Sri Lanka to spread the Buddhism, to propagate the Buddhism. That's why, so Ashoka was most important ruler in India. He spreaded the Buddhism throughout the world. You see, because of that people, his relatives, his son, daughters, etc. So Buddhism extended up to Sri Lanka, extended up to Nepal, extended up to Tibet, Burma, Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, etc. Southeastern countries, they are following Buddhism because of Ashoka. And after Ashoka, we have Kanishka. In the period of Kanishka, actually Kanishka was the foreigner. He came to India from that Central Asia. So Kanishka also, he has embraced, he has taken the Buddhism, and he conducted 4th Buddhist Council in Kundalavanam. That's why Kanishka also, one of the important king, embraced this Buddhism. And Harshavardhana. So Harshavardhana also one of the important king after Guptas. Harshavardhana will followed after the Buddhas. He ruled India. So Harshavardhana also taken the Buddhism. So Harshavardhana conducted Mahamoksha Parishad. For every 5 years, he conducted Mahamoksha Parishad. According to Yuan Tsang, so he said about Harshavardhana, I didn't see this kind of king in the world, because whenever he conducted Mahamoksha Parishad, so he used to give all the wealth, even though class also will be donated. So this is the Harshavardhana. He conducted Mahamoksha Parishad regarding the religion of the Buddhism. That's why, so Harshavardhana also the most important king has taken Buddhism. These are the most important kings, Ajashatru, Kalashoka, Ashoka, and Kanishka, Harshavardhana. So these are the kings. Buddhism, it has spread throughout the world, but how it is ended, how it is declined. Because of after Buddhism, so the Brahmanism is again it is re-entered, and Bhagavata religion, Brahmana religion, both are entered after the Buddhism in Indian society. So in Bhagavata religion, it is called so Sri Krishna or Vasudeva religion. The people who is going to worship Sri Krishna, that is called Vasudeva religion. That is also called Bhagavata religion. So after Buddhism, effect of Buddhism, by the effect of Bhagavata religion, it is the fall down of Buddhism is started. And the Brahmanism. In the Brahmanism also, Brahmins are what they have done. They added Buddha as the 9th Dashavatara of Vishnu. That's why, so here the Brahmanism also dominated. Because of Brahmanism, this Buddhism slowly it is going to fall down. And in the Brahmanism we have Vaishnavism and Shaivism. So Vaishnavism means the people who prayed, who is going to pray the Vishnu or Vishnu forms, that is called Vaishnavism. After Buddhism, Brahmanas, they followed Vaishnavism. And some of the Brahmins, they followed Shaivism. So Shaivism means the people who follow the Shiva system and who praise the god Shiva. That is Shaivism. So because of Brahmanism, because of Bhagavata religion, the Buddhism, it has in India, it is going to fall down. That's why you see later, after some years, Buddhism developed in the foreign countries. But it has no place in birthplace. It has no place in birth country. So Buddhism, it was born in India, but there is no much existence of Buddhism in India. Because you see, today Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Tibet, Burma, these are having a official language, official religion, that is Buddhism. So today Buddhism, it has 18 branches. Throughout the world, it has 18 branches. The most important branches, that is Mahayana, Hinayana. So in Tibet, we have Vajrayana, and in Nepal, we have Tantrikayana. That's why today in the world, the Buddhism has 18, near about 18 branches. But what I am going to say, what I am going to close the lesson, so Buddhism, it has born in India, but it is developed in foreign countries. So now we have one more chapter, that is 16 great Janapadas. So in 600 BC, as per the religious conditions, we have the rise of Buddhism and Jainism. In 600 BC, we have two kinds of chapters. One, the rise of Buddhism and Jainism. This is as per the religious aspects, religious conditions, and political conditions, as per the political aspects. As per political conditions, the 16 great Janapadas. In 600 BC, we have the rise of Buddhism and Jainism, and one more, that is we have 16 great Janapadas. So, after the Vedic civilization, in the later Vedic civilization, we have to see that is the Janapadas are started. But that Janapadas after the Vedic civilization, after later Vedic civilization, Janapadas becoming strong. That's why in the 600 BC, we have 16 great Janapadas. Among the 16 great Janapadas, 15 Janapadas, they were in North India only. 15 Janapadas, they were in North India only. One Janapada, that is Asmaka Janapada, it is in South India. So, in between Krishna, Godavari rivers, that area, right now what we are calling, that is Nizamabad, Karimnagar area, that is Asmaka. It is one and only Janapada among 16 Janapadas which is occurred in South Indian area or in South India. So, what are the 16 Janapadas? So, I have to give the list and along with the capital cities. I will give the list and along with the capital cities. So, we should remember, because why we have to learn these 16 great Janapadas. Among these 16 great Janapadas, Magadha is the strongest. So, Indian administration starts from Magadha. That's why whenever we learn 16 Janapadas, then we go for the Magadha, rise of Magadha and Maurya dynasty. Slowly one by one we can learn after this chapter. That's why first of all we have to learn 16 Janapadas. I will write what are the 16 great Janapadas. In that Janapadas we have first Anga. Anga. Second one we have Asmaka. Third one we have Avanti. Fourth one Kamboja. Fifth one Chedi. Sixth one Gandhara. Seventh one, that is Kashi. Eighth Kuru. 9 Kosala. 10 Magadha. 11 Matsya. 12 Malla. 13 Vatsa. 14 Vajji. 15 Shurasena. 16 Panchala. So, these are the 16 great Janapadas. These are the 16 great Janapadas. So, this is Anga, Asmaka, Avanti, Kamboja, Chedi, Gandhara, Kashi, Kuru, Kosala, Magadha, Matsya, Malla, Vatsa, Vajji, Shurasena and Panchala. So, these are the 16 great Janapadas. So, I want to say the capitals also. Just you take, you write down Anga, that is Champanagaram. Anga, it has the capital Champanagaram. Asmaka, it has the capital Protan. It has the capital Protan, Asmaka. You see, Asmaka, it is in between Nizamabad and Karimnagar districts. It is the one and only South Indian Janapada. So, its capital Protan, right now it is called Bodhan. So, that Protan, right now it is called Bodhan. And Avanti, Ujjain. Avanti has the capital Ujjain. Kamboja, Rayapuram. Kamboja, Rayapuram, capital. And Chedi, Shontivati. Chedi, Shontivati, capital. Gandhara, Takshashila. Gandhara, Takshashila. So, Kashi, Varanasi. Kashi, Varanasi. Kuru, Indraprastha. So, that means Delhi area. Kuru, Indraprastha. And Kosala, Sravasti. Kosala, Sravasti. Magadha, Rajagruham, Girivrajam, Pataliputram. It has 3 capitals. So, Rajagruham, Girivrajam, Pataliputram. Matsya, it is Virata Nagaram. Matsya, it is Virata Nagaram. So, if you have idea, in Mahabharata, Pandavas, so they went to forest for 12 years. 13th year, they spent in Virata, in the court of Virata king. That's why this is Matsya kingdom, capital Virata Nagaram. So, it is in Mahabharata. And Malla capital Kushinagaram. So, capital of Malla, that is Kushinagaram. And Vatsa capital Kaushambi. Vatsa capital Kaushambi. And Vajji capital Vallabhi. So, the Vajji capital Vallabhi. And Shurasena capital Madura. Panchala capital Ahichitram. So, Panchala capital Ahichitram. So, these are the 16 great Janapadas along with capitals. So, here among all these 16 Janapadas, Magadha is the strongest. That is why after 600 BC, we have, in 600 BC, Magadha is ruled by 3 dynasties. You see, in India, the first administration, centralized administration, perfect administration started from Magadha only. That is why Magadha is ruled by 3 important dynasties from 600 to 321 BC. 600 to 321 BC, Magadha is ruled by 3 dynasties, that is Aryanka dynasty, Shishanaga dynasty, Nanda dynasty. So, Aryanka dynasty, Shishanaga dynasty, Nanda dynasty. These 3 rulers ruled Magadha. From 321 onwards, Maurya is started. So, Maurya, it became the greatest empire in India, first empire in India. That is why before that we have this Aryanka dynasty, Shishanaga dynasty and Nanda dynasty. In Aryanka dynasty we have Bimbisara, Ajatashatru especially. So, Ajatashatru is son of Bimbisara. Bimbisara was founder of Aryanka dynasty. Ajatashatru, so he conducted first Buddhist council as per our earlier lesson. That is why in Magadha we have Ajatashatru is the most important king. Later, Shishanaga dynasty, in that Shishanaga dynasty we have the important king Kala-Ashoka. He is also called Kakavarna. In Puranas, Kala-Ashoka is called Kakavarna. So, he conducted second Buddhist council in Vaishali. So, here in Shishanaga dynasty we have that is Kala-Ashoka. And lastly, we have Nanda dynasty. Nanda dynasty is a founder of Nanda dynasty was, that is Mahapadmananda. And the last king of Nanda dynasty, that is Dhanananda. So, Dhanananda having a different mentality, that is why Dhanananda is defeated by Chandragupta Maurya in 321 BC. So, Chandragupta Maurya defeated Dhanananda, established Maurya dynasty. That is why, so this is 16 great Janapadas and Magadha administration. So, in 321, Magadha ruling is completed by Nanda dynasty. So, from 321 BC onwards, we have Maurya dynasty. Maurya dynasty starts from 321 BC. Chandragupta Maurya is the founder of Maurya dynasty. He killed Dhanananda. With the help of Kautilya or Chanakya, he killed Dhanananda and established Maurya dynasty. So, in Indian history, Maurya dynasty is the first empire. Because of, you see, Magadha, it is only kingdom. It is ruled by these 3 dynasties, Aryanka, Shishanaga, Nanda, being a kingdom. But whenever Mauryans entered, so Mauryans dynasty expanded up to Persia, up to Mysore south, so Bengal and Kashmir. The vast empire is established by Mauryans. That is why Mauryans, it is called Mauryans empire. So, Mauryans empire it is called. That is why. So, in the coming class, we should go for the Mauryan empire, the rulers of Mauryan empire.